Good evening, welcome back, everyone. We are here for the second match of the XLNC Live with Scrim for the evening. It's going to be no fight or no flight, just fight, I believe, and it's going to be
Eagle
Wildfire
fire?
Eagles. Yeah, there you go.
Fire eagles?
Eagle Wildfire, Fire Wild Eagle. Yeah, those guys.
Flyer, flyer!
100%. So let's talk about these champions already banned and picked. And we've seen Garen versus the Karma. There's could be Garen top lane. That's extra spicy.
I mean, I'm not sure if this is correct, but I did hear some talk amongst others that there was a Garen buff, if I'm not mistaken, or a Garen nerf. One of the two, so either really strong Garen or really weak Garen.
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, we'll be seeing a lot of Garen in the bot lane in the professional scene. You lock him in with a Yuumi as a duo lane and just clown on people with it, but not going to be the case. That's going to be a Garen top lane, presumably, and since against this Karma has been locked in. Malphite in the jungle with Malzahar mid lane versus the Vlad. That is an interesting setup. It's wrapping in the second part of the ban phase here. Zach, the next target, on the side of Wildfire Eagles.
Interesting picks going out as well. We got a Malphite, Malzahar going in on and a Karma against No Flight. They have that hard engage. They got the AP poke right off the bat here, but they also gotta keep in mind there's a Vladimir being picked out, has that pool potential to be able to mitigate that Malphite ulti, as well as Mumu that can just go in ulti CC, and Garen can spin to win and silence for days. So interesting compositions happening so far on the boards.
Without a doubt on that one. And
Yeah.
teams being certainly taking their time with these bans here after Pro Draft.
Yeah, they really are taking their time because they want to pick those smart bans. They picked out the Kha'Zix because Kha'Zix has been known to be a really strong jungler. Ifed is just disgusting. That assassination ability to be able to come in and just instantly one-shot. It's just a really strong jungler, as well as a team fight jungler, Jarvan, being that lock-in, hard engage, be able to dunk, be able to have the early game pressure, early game mobility, as well as going in with that level 6 ultimate to just make sure to lock in someone. And it looks like there's going to be an Ashe Yuumi in the bot lane, which is going to be a very passive aggressive lane. They're going to be so annoying. They're going to have that Ashe poke along with the Yuumi Q poke sit there for a while back, and they won't be able to even get remotely poked down, as Caitlyn's going to be picked up on the boards here for that heavy poke, picking out that cleanse to make sure to deter some of that CC potential from the Ashe ulti and the Yuumi ulti. That's going to be a disgusting combination matchup. But to mitigate that, interesting enough, they picked a Shaco, probably to just put down some Shaco boxes, try to fear them and poke them down with that kind of aggression and potential.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, Shaco is hardly a traditional support pick here, so we'll see how that one works out in the long run. I mean, Brokaika certainly could do a lot of work, but that's not a support pick that does a great job of surviving and thriving into the late game.
Yeah, and we already see Yuumi picking up the heal exhaust, and then Ashe with that TP to TP in with Yuumi. It's just gonna be so strong. I wonder how Wildfire Eagles is really gonna go in and mitigate that. They're gonna have to be super aggressive and be able to just shut them down really early. Along with them Imumu, they got so much team fight potential here on the side of no flight. They have the Amumu that can hard engage, CC ulti AoE. And then on top of that CC, we got Ashe that can throw in an arrow. There's another AoE CC ultimate. And then on top of that, one of the largest AoE CCs in the game right now is Yuumi's ultimate that can do a triple CC combination. And then a Vlad to just come in and be like, oh, look, I'm outside out. Nope. So it's good. It's definitely a strong team fight composition they're going for here, opposed to Wildfire Eagles. They're going in for a pick composition with a Malphite that hard engages, the Malzahar that can ultimate and hold one member down, and then the Shaco to kind of dance around. He is a trolley pick. He is that Shaco that, you get frustrated with, kind of like a Teemo. So it's interesting to see they have that pick composition out and a Karma that can sit in top lane and poke out that Garen. Pretty smart choice in the top lane as well. Any thoughts?
Really, this is such a non-traditional draft from both of these teams. I mean, when you get a setup like this, I generally err towards what is the easier threshold of execution for these two teams, right? And I think that the easier team to execute on their comp is No Fear, Just Fight over on the blue side. They have a lot of stuff to just run in, drop the AoE, get the damage down, win the fight. And it's going to be tough for champions like Caitlyn to really have an effect here. And I have to wonder, what is Shaco going to do this game? Unless he gets just an absolutely overwhelming early game advantage, he's going to fall off a cliff later into this game as a support Shaco. So I don't know how to feel about that one, but we'll have to see. Again, expectations are very frequently bucked here in the lightweight scrim gym.
And they did change Shaco so his boxes does more damage now. He does more of an AoE auto attack. Kind of like mini hurricanes on his boxes. So that is something to keep in mind. And then on top of that, he has picked out the Ignite heal for that sustainability. He does opt out of the Flash. So he's looking to do some poke damage, pop in and out, and it'll be interesting to see if he could peel this Caitlyn, because Caitlyn is one of those champions that's going to need peels. Yeah, she's a far range champion, but she's a squishy champion.
Absolutely. With that being said, we'll be right back for the spectator delay. Don't touch that dial. We'll see you all with the game in just a few more moments. Good evening, welcome back everyone. We are here for the second game of the Lightweight Scrim Gym for XLNC's Twitch.tv channel. I am Gaspum, joined by the fantastic Jess Express, and we are here for an absolutely incredible match. Going to be No Fear, Just Fight, versus the Wildfire Eagles. And both teams screaming off the fountain here already, looking for a potential 5-man invade from the side of Wildfire Eagles. Will be spotted out by the Yuumi, though. Gonna try.
Interesting invade call, considering they don't really have any CC potential here. I don't think it's a smart call, considering Ashe can just throw that slows in.
Oh
Yuumi
boy.
Oh boy, a DC happening here in the...
Nothing speaks to me like a 15-minute pro draft file followed by an immediate DC from one of the players.
Yikes.
Oh, it's time. Oh, we're in it. Wouldn't be Scrim Gym without a pause. Looks like teams are ready here. So, nothing, really revealed so far aside from the fact that pretty good defense of the jungle
invade. Oh yeah.
Just fight.
I mean, yeah, Yuumi Ashe has that CC, that slow potential, I should say, and by both. It's just going to make it a bit difficult for that invade, but it looks like there's a possible cheese going to be happening here, which they do need, because like you said, that Shaco needs to pop off as early as possible.
Right, I believe Shaco is currently hatching a ward, as are Almart and Alcalora, so... we call out onto that potential bush setup. I wonder if Rusty Gun is going to accompany his laners into that bush, or if they'll just take the safe route. Looks like they're not going to be looking for any kind of contest. They're just taking the safe route. Passing on through. Oh, they're looking for it. Okay. No bush setup by the Shaco. Be back on off there. So, a wise choice overall. Ashe easily picking up all 3 of those minions, but not going to be, or will be, the same thing for the Caitlyn Pardone. So, really busy early game for both teams. Plenty of things happening. You know.
A lot of invade, a lot of poke, just on the boards here already off the bat. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a passive aggressive lane for both sides of the bot. On the top side here, it's going to be dependent on how Karma can counter this Garen.
I think it's how, you know, I think that Karma has a fantastic lane matchup into this Garen. This is stand back, play smartly. Garen is, if Karma is playing intelligently, it will require the Garen to blow a flash to get in on her.
Oh,
That's
yeah, and she could just sit back and poke him forever.
Yeah, and the tether, too. The fact of the matter is that if Karma is smart in saving her mantra-empowered W for her, or mantra empower for her W, she's going to be gaining so much health back that Garen has no answer. I think really the smart call here is to go with a tankier Karma top lane and totally shut this Garen down right out the gate. Give him no chance to do anything. So...
yeah, that might be a potential win condition for the side of Wildfire Eagles, because a little bit of an unconventional composition here with the Shaco that might drop off depending on if he can snowball or not. So just having that solid top lane confidence and being able to know that, you know, that matchup should be won by the Karma.
And not just one in a big way. I mean, Garen should quite realistically be totally iced out of this lane. It's going to take a Mumu to come top to be able to do anything here. And if Karma gets the ward control down, has the coverage, she's going to have a free lane.
But even if Mamumu goes up there, it's going to be very difficult for him to land a CC because she just has that movement speed. She has the ward control down. She has total dominance in that lane. So, yeah, I would really love to see her use that to her advantage and help carry her team into that mid-game.
And if you look at the current situation, I mean, Shaco's got some of that bush control on down, but Slim Fruce is having a real tough time against the Yumis.
And the thing about bush control is, yeah, I got bush control, but it's a Yumi Ashe. They want to sit at tower and poke and farm. Like, that's the whole point of their comp, right? They want to sit there at tower, poke, farm, wait for a possible gank until they get that level 6, hard engage with double CC.
That's Karma with the empowered tether coming on through her, getting a lot of damage onto that Garen, but he spins, gets the silence. Karma has the flash, misses the mantra empowered Q. What a mistake, and all mark goes down.
A little bit too close up there, and Garen was able to spin in silence, and Karma could not even do anything about that for that first blood, giving them a bit of a gold lead.
Mumu is here. It's a 4 versus 3 here. On in, popping that here on down. Here comes the teleport. It's going to be the Vlad in position. Bro Kaika will get slowed. One more Q from that Vlad. The root coming through. Manages to get over the wall and no kill picked up. Wow, what a trap from the Caitlyn.
Yeah, that CC flash, blowing a flash and TP and not getting anything is going to be a little bit of a cost here. But Shaco did blow heal ignite. So 2 sounds blown. The only thing is that Vladimir TP is more a detrimental blow than it is for the heal flash.
Okay,
I mean,
so it's summoner for summoner, but the value of those summoners is so wildly disparate here. Vlad's flash and teleport infinitely more valuable than the Shaco's. Bro Kaika wants to take this trade like every single day of the week. So, he's coming on in here, getting some good damage into the mid lane. LOL owned is down to half health already, and man.
Yeah, and it looks like Malzahar is gonna really have to stay back there and just use his poise as his advantage to really drain that Vladimir.
Garen opting for the first item Phage against his Karma. Really, I can't underline enough how much of a mistake it was for Almont to do what he did there in the top lane. Going down to that Garen is such a blow. Puts you so far behind. And we talked about this. If you're the Karma, currently leveling Q first, that is a mistake. This is simply a Karma and experience thing. You do not want to be leveling your Q against Garen. You want to be leveling up W as the tether.
Heal.
You want to be leveling up W for the heal, and you also want to be leveling up your be grabbing armor. You want to be grabbing. This is like 100% a Frozen Fist game against the Garen. You want to go tank
definitely.
Karma top. You need to be a frontline for your team. Going aggressive here with your build into the AP. Garen will have answers for that, but you do not have answers for the Garen. And it's already coming apparent here. I really hope that Almont can make the pivot, but it's going to be real tough.
But it looks like
especially
Vlad's
this,
roaming.
Right, Vlad coming on up here.
That's an easy tower
come
dive.
up here for a dive, and Almont eating the Garen ult will go down. I mean, this is
what
just
a beautiful
consequence.
roam.
Right, it was a beautiful roam from St. Alucard there on the Vladimir, and doing a great job putting the trap on nothing to get one of the bot lanes, and Bruce escaping just a sliver of health. Ooh, over the wall.
Oh!
We'll pop that ult.
What
Vlad
a
should be here in just a moment. We'll be suppressing Mumu, burning on down. But here comes the Vlad.
But Vlad's coming.
On the chases. Well, as bottom lane does have a decent advantage position there. Mumu kind of blew a lot for not a lot of return there. Rusty gun, jumping the gun just a little bit on that one.
And they're going to utilize that roam and rotate in to try and get this dragon. They really need it. They have the shackle boxes to help leash it, but will Ash Yuumi stop it?
I don't think that there's any reason why you'd want to contest that one. St. Alucard in trouble here. No CC to stop him though. Ultimate from the Malphite is available. He'll be looking to get that Q off, and
oh, what a nice ultimate by Malphite.
I mean, Malphite did a very good job of timing that one out there, but it was really St. Alucard really jumping the gun on that pool that was the problem.
Yeah, I mean, Malphite held that ultimate, and Vladimir is really trying to time that pool to to mitigate that ultimate, but just got psyched out there, pooled early, and the mind games worked for that Malphite, and he went in, ulti, knocked him up, and got that kill in, and the gold difference is just so bare. It's so head-to-head right now, by only 100 gold difference into the 10-minute mark.
Right, and that gold difference is, again, negligible, but what I'm looking at here are the compositional differences between these two teams, right? Like, you've got a Mumu, Vladimir, Ashe, and Yuumi, along with the Garen top lane who's rushing a Trinity Force into this Karma, and Karma does not have a reply for that. She doesn't have boots, she doesn't have any defensive itemization, she's got a Lost Chapter, which, I mean, is a good aggressive item, but that's really not what you need right now.
And she has cloth armor, so it's going to be interesting, like, if she's going to build that into, what, Ninja Tabi boots, or, like, a tankier item that she needs against this Garen, because at this point Garen's 2-0, 60 CS, you know, just decimating that wave there, and now gaining a CS advantage against this Karma, and gaining that lead that just was not in the cards. In that top lane, Karma just had the advantage there, and unfortunately misplayed early on in the game, and needs to recover. Yeah,
and I hope that Almont can do that. Because, again, the Karma could be a major, major factor for this team's success the further we get into the game. Because their composition does have some flaws as far as, you know, mid to late game fights are concerned, but...
And it looks like the Malphite's going to go for that tanky build here right off the bat. They do need that tank...
Making me yawn, stop that!
They do have that tank composition here from the Malphite, though. Because they have so much AP, they don't really need that ability power. Yes, Malphite would be fun to one-shot into teammates, but they needed that beefiness, and Malphite is answering that, grabbing that tank item, and just right off the bat, looking to gank potentially here in the top lane.
Right, but Garen's already starting to beef up a little bit, has that extra HP from the Phage. Could be a tough call on that one, especially with Wimble's flash still being up, and this bottom lane situation, pretty even between the two carries. Mid lane, though, is significantly more skewed for LOL owned on this Malzahar. We did see the kill go on to Vladimir, seeing some plates get picked up in the mid lane as well. And wait for a situation. Here's a Mumu.
Oh, the Mumu going in.
Has the ult. Forced to go over the wall here. There's the Predator coming through. That will not be the kill on the Lol owned. What a mistake from the Vladimir. And that's why ability sequencing matters so much. Holy moly, just CC to death there, and what an outplay from the side of Wildfire Eagles. Doing some
poke. That's the thing, can Caitlyn outpoke the Yuumi heal? Caitlyn has that pickaxe and BF sword, whereas Ashe has the BF sword and the Warhammer here. So it looks like there's going to be a bit more attack damage going out by the Caitlyn, but more cooldown reduction happening with the Ashe.
Right. And it's worth mentioning, if Vladimir had popped that ultimate at the start of the fight rather than at the very end, that's a guaranteed kill picked up there. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Wimble's making a big mistake. He is going to be flashing there. Karma does still have her own. Garen looking for a way out. Karma popping the empowered mantra Q, but not getting in range to actually use it to kill the Garen. Gaga going in on that. Shaco will eat the Yuumi Q for his trouble. A fair amount of damage on that one, and Wimble's already recovering that health courtesy of the level 9 Garen passive.
And Garen's just starting to out-CS now at this point with that 2 kills, 10 CS difference, and just regaining a lot of HP there when that Karma was low. Just being a pillar in that lane and just being a rock that Karma is just struggling to handle. Almost caught her down in that tower dive, but not quite. Ooh! TP in here.
Garen takes a little damage for his trouble, but he's got the sustain to handle it. And coming back with that Sheen now for the burst damage. Trinity Force Garen. Big damage coming through.
And we're looking on the boards now. We have an Ocean Drake popping up here. The Cloud was picked up by Red Side, but now there's going to be an Ocean with Red Side controlling that dragon with Lord Vision, as Imumu's kind of going in to get those that deep vision right off the bat here as that's just spawning, or possibly doing an invade. But is there going to be an answer to that with the Caitlyn Shaka roaming?
And this is why lane priority matters so much. The Moon was kind of in danger here, but will end up catching out the Shaco. Dodges the arrow with that hallucinate. Not enough damage to dodge out the rest of that damage. Here comes Malphite. Now the card in trouble.
Oh, wow!
3-man ult. There's the Yuumi ult coming on through, looking to lock him on down there. Alcora in trouble. You've seen the powered transfusion come through. A shutdown for the Vlad. One going down already. Now looking for that Caitlyn, but a clutch trap from Slim Prusa blocks the way. And they still look to contest this, but with Karma still top lane, there's no way it happens.
And that's the thing.
With the fight.
Beautiful ulti button Malphite, but with that team composition, how are they going to follow up? They need the Karma to give them that movement speed boost, but Karma's up in the top lane, can't give them that movement speed boost to go in there. Caitlyn needs to sit in the back lane and auto attack, and then we have the Malzahar that is just nowhere to, is a slow roamer. Like he can't, he can only go so quickly into that team fight, as well as he is a backliner. So the team composition is just, I don't know if it's working for them at the current moment. Beautiful ulti, I just wish there was some nice follow-up.
Right, and that's a coordination issue more than anything else, and it speaks to me about one of the problems this team have, which is just it's a composition of 5 characters that are all kind of trying to do different things. There's really not a lot of easy follow-up to the Malphite ultimate. Like when I see Malphite ultimate, I think, all right, there needs to be someone who can drop like an absolutely explosive ultimate of their own. On top of that, you know, layer the ultimates, layer the abilities, and I really...
Like a Braum, like a Leona, or even have like a Pantheon.
I would say like a Pantheon, or something with more damage, like a Cassiopeia in the mid lane, for example.
Or even an Ezreal ulti.
Right, exactly. Even something like that, but as it stands right now, there's Malphite coming in with the ultimate. Yuumi is not there, Rand gonna be taking all the damage in the world. That's a consequence of being a supportless AD carry when a Malphite is on the enemy team.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They need to look for picks. That's where they're gonna get their advantage here. That's their win condition. They need to get those picks with a Malphite engage and then some pokes off with the Caitlyn and the ultimate. That is just gonna be their win potential here, especially with a Shaco that's an assassin to kind of poke around, play a little bit of ring around the rosy, as you would say, to kind of get in that damage.
Looking in the mid lane, Malzahar is just free hitting on the inner tower. Nobody is there to challenge him. Vlad in the bot lane. I mean, look, mid lane tower is losing half its health.
What happened in mid lane?
Oh,
he's defending bot lane.
Yeah, Vlad went down. It's not really how you want to do it there, boss. Mid lane tower is certainly the most important objective on the map. As the Vlad, you want to be staying there, making sure that tower stays up. Now look, a 30 CS lead in the mid lane for this Malzahar.
Oh yeah, that's going to be huge for Malzahar. Not only that, he's got that assist, he's gaining an item level advantage off of that CS lead.
Yep.
He has his Echo built already fully built. Vladimir has one item built as well, but he's going to go back and reset here and probably complete a second item.
Right, and that's just such a huge strength at this now mid-game mark of the match, so...
And the gold difference isn't too huge. It looks like there's about a 1.5k gold difference for Red Team as they picked up first turret here, with the Malzahar pushing down that mid lane. And that's quite a lead to give. We have the Caitlyn having a CS lead in the bot lane on that Ashe. That's also going to make a difference here.
Oh, okay. Yumi's going to find out that Shaco in the jungle up in the top lane. Moon making a play.
Oh, there's an
Ashe
Malphite pick.
once again, way out of position. Yumi's going to be going down here as well, and that is just very questionable decision-making from the Garen and from the Amumu. So let the AD carry duo go into the jungle, which really, they should have seen that coming. They had ward control in the area. Oh, Vlad dropped really
it
low.
Looks like Malzahar.
Pops the ult, ticking down lower and lower, courtesy of that Leandry's burning. Will get back up. That's a mistake. Lol owned. Low on mana, but will still survive here. Wimble's going to be catching the rest of this team here, getting baited in by the Shaco. Caitlyn ult coming on through, looking for the play. We'll see that heal from the Shaco, baiting on the kill. Oh my god,
It's shaking so many of them to bring down this Garen.
I can't believe I had to watch that happen.
He's just so tanky at this point. It takes 4 of them to CC, lock him in place, and just chip away at how tanky he's become with his heal. Potentially, he's got that, like you said, he's got the 21st built now. He's got the magic resist happening here. And we look on that side, we have Karma, Malphite, Malzahar. They're all AP oriented, even though them. And it looks like Malphite is starting to build some ability power here. He's going for, he looked like he was building tanky, but now it looks like he's going to get some damage here to try and get this pick potential.
What? Why are you building?
An hourglass.
I am
not
tilted
sure.
out of my gourd by this game. Normally I don't let it get to me, but you are Malphite. You are building Cinderhulk. Why is your second item an hourglass when you are the only tank on your team? I don't understand.
I'm not too sure. I maybe because they're going towards that pick composition, that AP burst. But it looks like they're going to pick up another Cloud Drake here. As it gets smited away. And Garen is just going to take this tower here. There's about a 3k gold difference actually for Red Team. An unconventional team, but they're picking up objectives left and right. They picked up 2 turrets, giving them 3k. They're up by 2-3 kills here.
Oh yeah, and there's the Malphite ultimate coming through. Will be definitely dodged on out. Through Malzahar now in trouble.
You know what?
The flash box coming through.
Oh.
Get knocked on back. There's the Karma ult coming through. A great ult from the Amumu. The lockdown is in. There's the ult. Alcora under threat. Will fall. Brokaika gonna be looking for it. It's Slim Frusa picking up the kill. Now on a spree versus the Caitlyn. Back into the pool for the Vlad. Does not have the flash any longer. Looking for the slowdown. Brokaika. But in the bottom lane, Garen falls to low owned and Alucard down to just a sliver. Brokaika wants this. We'll get to the heal from the Yumi and live to tell another day.
Look at LOL just split push and no punishment whatsoever happening for that. Getting that free turret here. Or is he backing away from that? It's one hit away. Hit it! There you go. Just hitting away that turret, and they're getting those objectives here and just shredding through them. And you know, we were talking about that hourglass on Malphite. The only instance that I would see a reason why he'd do that is probably because he wants the hard engage ultimate and possibly blow the Yuumi Ashe ultimate and then hourglass it. Like, that's the only reason why I would see that as a possibility.
Or you
anyway.
could
But
pick
if
an item that would let you be a tank and stay in the fight instead.
Oh yeah,
But
like, for
know,
example, you know,
that's just a suggestion.
well, for example, maybe a Knight's Vow, or not a Knight's Vow, but that item that
Knight's
reduces
Vow
your
would
damage
be
for
great.
60.
That's a fantastic low economy jungle item. He would have his completed boots and a Knight's Vow. You just hug Slim Fruce, who's popping off on this Caitlyn, provide them with someone who can actually defend you, and that would be fantastic.
But
instead,
I
it's
mean,
a Zhonya's.
that being said, it's not. It's working for him. He's 4-2-3. He's getting picks. I mean, it's unconventional, but their team is unconventional. That's the whole point of it, right? So.
This game is a mystery wrapped inside of a conundrum, like a like an enigmatic turducken. Okay, there are layers to this one.
It's all calculated, Gaspon. What do you mean? Like, look, they're winning.
I'm doing 1,000 calculations per minute, and they're all wrong. All right, so
they got 5 turrets.
Vlad getting tethered in the mid lane once again. Here comes the Malphite. Saint Alucard going to get obliterated by the Karma for his overextension. I am grievously wounded here, Jess. Please call an ambulance.
Well, it's working for them. Look, there's 4 turrets down on the boards for red side here happening. Their 5k gold lead, which I'm shocked that they're actually winning in this game right now with the composition on the blue side is so much stronger. They're just not utilizing it.
Shaco gonna pop that hallucinate. They are now on.
Are they getting a Herald here?
They're starting.
Oh no, Baron.
On the Baron. It's down to half health. The Caitlyn has a good trap line set up. They need to go fast here, otherwise this Baron's gonna get taken. Garen is in the bottom lane. The teleport comes through. That's gonna be the spook onto them. Rusty Gun going in. Maybe wants this, but Malphite dropped lower and lower. Alucard is here. Will get rooted on the backside. It's the Karma. Rusty Gun already getting 1, but that Vlad ultimate is mulching through the members. That's 3. Looking for now. Almont charging down the top lane, looking for this Caitlyn. There's the slow from the Yuumi. Slim Frusa going to get run down by this Vlad, and no, they give up on him.
And there's the play that I was thinking in my head. We saw the Malphite go in. He ultimated, he knocked it up, and then he hourglassed the Yuumi ulti. But the thing about that is he becomes untargetable. He becomes less of a tank, and then they could easily just rotate onto the team, and they don't have that meat shield in front of them at that point where the hourglass is being popped. Opposed to having tanky items. There's that item. I'm trying to remember the name for the life of me, where reduces your damage by 60%.
Gargoyle Stoneplate.
Yeah, Gargoyle Stoneplate. That would have been really nice.
To any of you who have ever played an MMO, the purpose of a tank is to draw aggro. Malphite, building an hourglass, is doing the exact opposite of that, and it sends his backline totally up the river that fight. Completely,
yeah,
essentially.
And that's where that team fight went sour. There is the fact that there was no more front line. Vladimir went in and just cleaned up. But regardless, they're still in the lead here with their team composition. They just took down another Drake. They have 2 clouds. They have that rotation happening here, and I think they have that lead for the pure fact of the split pushing Malzahar that isn't being stopped whatsoever at all. Just going in and taking turret after turret, giving them a 3 turret advantage at that 3k gold mark, and that 1 advantage on a kill advantage. On top of that, having 3 dragons in their pocket. But will that luck fail?
But they're all useless dragons for this team right now. They don't have any ability to take these neutral objectives. They don't have any
Well-
ability to do extra damage in these team fights, which is what they need to close this game out. Yes, the Cloud Dragons are nice for rotations, but this is not a team that is setting up for sieges. This is not a team that is setting up for rotations. And like the extra Ocean Drake, well, yeah, that's some regeneration, but these fights are all over and done with in moments.
Well, the thing is, though, the Malzahar is split pushing, and there's nothing being done about that. If he gets those Cloud Drakes, he can rotate down like he's been doing and pick up those turrets until he gets denied, until that is picked up on. That is the real question. This game could be anyone's game at this point. It all depends really on if Blue side can get it together here, use the Amumu ulti combination with the Yumi stun to go in. But they can't hard engage because the Malphite will just counter that with his ultimate.
If Blue side wins one more fight, they win the game. Red team is currently at a tipping point where their janky team combination is still able to kind of make things work, but if Blue team is allowed to get a Baron and get some more gold up on the board, they match this gold, they exceed this gold. That is where things totally fall apart for Wildfire Eagles here. And no fear, just fight are again on the cusp of totally turning this one around. Now, if Red team is able to sneak a Baron and that's not contested, which certainly could be the case because Ashe is going down bottom, does have teleport though.
Oh, there's a pick.
Looking for a pick coming on through here. There's the ult, missing St. Alucard for the escape, popping the ult, doesn't find the priority targets. Yumi with a very questionable
there's the
ult.
ult combination.
Goes in, there's the ultimate. Wow, what a total rout. Double kill for the Karma.
Ooh. And that's the thing about it. Yeah, they have the team composition, and it is a questionable one, but if we look on the board, so we have Malzahar that has 245 CS. We got the Vladimir that has 189. That's a huge goal difference. Malzahar has 3 items built up on this Vladimir, which is giving them bonus AP. As a team fight is happening here in the Baron pit.
Could be looking to try and ward off this Baron. Positioning not in favor of Blue side. Vladimir doesn't have the teleport. Baron down to 3,000, 2,900 HP. Almot forcing them back. Rokaiko low will be able to get the Baron. 1,000 gold lead. Wimbles needs to be careful here. Will end up popping the tether, but the rest of the team opting to back on off, go back to base, spend some of that cash, and that's that.
Yeah, and it looks like Wildfire is utilizing the composition. They burned the Yumi ultimate over there, and they burned some of that CC combination, as well as the Amumu ultimate down into that red camp jungle area, and that gave them the ability to go in and do the Baron, and it was a pretty smart call to utilize that, knowing, you know what, Amumu's ulti's down, Yumi's ulti's down. The only ultimate up right now is that Ashe Arrow. Actually, no, Ashe Arrow was used, I believe. So all CC combinations were down. It gave them the opportunity to be able to free siege that Baron, and this is where they're going to use that movement speed for that Cloud Drake to rotate around the map, use that Baron, and gain some push potentials. And you know what? I do think they have siege potential. They have the Caitlyn that's really far back range that can poke in. They got Malphite that is starting to get tanky here. He has a Dead Man's Plate. Yes, he has Hourglass, but he does have tanky items. Ooh.
That's the ult onto the Karma, looking for it. Rest of the team is here. Garen getting that ultimate on. Down will flash over the...
Ooh, this could look a little bit spicy here, but Malzahar is split pushing top lane, and nothing is being done about it.
Holy.
Look at those supers. They need to answer him, and that's going to force Garen top.
Totally
and there comes
wasting
the
his
siege.
teleport. Wow. Holy.
I mean, he has to. He can't let those towers go.
You just walk there instead. The tower's gone no matter what. You've wasted a 5-6 minute cooldown now that you could use to position around the map, and especially as much as damage that we used to fight in the bottom lane, push the flash onto the Caitlyn. This is Vladimir.
There's the Yuli coming ultimates.
Coming on back through, will get quite a lot of health from that. Ashe free firing those shots on down. That's hallucinate in from the Shaco. Alcalora still alive. Garen will go down in the top lane to that Malzahar. Alucard popping the Hourglass. Looking to make something happen here, but Malzahar in the base already.
Oh!
The damage from Slim Crusa is huge.
And the Malzahar just being that split push machine here. Really using... Look at all those Supermans he has with Baron. On top of that, he has his minions. making it so difficult for them to group and team fight, forcing them to split up, and giving them the kill lead here.
Right, and it's only the Vlad and Yumi here as both the top and bottom inhibs are crashed. There's no one left here to defend this Nexus being hammered down by the Super Mains. The damage from Slim Cruise is huge. Yumi will get gunned down, and this Nexus will certainly fall. A big win coming through for the side of the Wildfire Eagles.
I mean, they definitely proved us wrong, for sure. We really thought that their team composition wasn't going to work for them, but they left the game with a huge gold lead and consistently in a lead throughout the whole game. With a 9k gold lead. The problem there was the pillar. The one that was stopping the team fight grouping from happening was this Malzahar just consistently split pushing, using that TP, using that Baron to get them so much gold by getting them easy towers, and there was no punishments at all for him split pushing, and that's what it came down to here.
Oh, for sure.
That split push potential separating that group composition team. If we look at it, yes, they have Garen, they have the Yumi, they have all that AoE CC combinations, but they need to rotate as a group, as a team, and if they're separated, they don't really have that siege potential.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have that they could sit in the back line and poke down turret potential. They can't even split push, and they utilize that, and Malzahar was able to split push. We have the Caitlyn with the far range that could siege, and we have the Malphite that can get those picks out.
Oh, yeah. So with that being said, we have finished the game. A big congratulations to Wildfire Eagles on their win and their advancement here. We'll see you all in just a few more minutes for our third and final game of the night. It's going to be exciting. Don't touch the dial on this XLNC Twitch.tv channel.